Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm gonna do a walk around of this 2017 FZ-09 that I've had since 2017. Yeah, this is pretty much a 4-year-old bike. So let me go ahead and find a place to park, and let me go ahead and do the walk around. And there she is, my 2017 FZ-09. I think this was 1 year before they, Yamaha decided to name it MT-09, just to match with the rest of the world. I don't know why Yamaha does stuff like that, but I think FZ sounds cooler than MT, but whatever, that's just my opinion. I had this bike since 2017, like I mentioned. I know I was the first person to have this bike here in Hawaii because I was working with Yamaha at the time, and they pretty much told me, hey, we can give you the first FZ-09, the second gen version, and pretty much I got it for under MSRP. I think I'm okay to talk about that. All right, let's go ahead and start with the top here, the top part. Yeah, the first thing I did with this bike was pretty much change the grips. They were at the dealership when I bought it. They're driven grips. They're kind of worn out right now. As you can see, they're kind of balding. So I still have the stock grips, so I'm probably going to replace them with the stock grips or get new grips. I don't know, but these are pretty good. I mean, after 4 years of riding it constantly, they're going to wear out eventually. All right, so the next thing is these bar end mirrors. With the stock mirrors, I could only see so much. These I can actually see behind me. It's so freaking, it's a game changer. I so love these mirrors. So what I have here is the RhinoMoto Bar Ends, which has space for a bar end mirror, and these are the CRG Arrows. These oh man, these mirrors are great, but they're super expensive. I think it's like about $119 per mirror per one side, so that's $119. So you're going to be paying over $200 for mirrors, but I have to say they're worth it. They are, I love these mirrors. So as you know, I just bought a BMW S1000R, and yeah, I pretty much have these on my S1000Rs now, so that's how good they are. So next I have the ASV shorty levers. I think they're the C5s, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, these are nice. The bikes I used to have, like before I had this bike, I bought Pazzo levers from eBay or whatever, and this is the first time I've gotten ASV levers. They feel good. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're unbreakable, as they say. They look good too. They look really good. Like this red accent, which you can change to different colors, but I decided to just keep it red. Nice shorties. I love shorty levers. I have small hands. For some reason, like, shorties work better for me. The block off for the mirrors, eBay, I don't know, like $10 or something like that. Make sure when you buy these for your FZ or MT-09 that this one is like a reverse thread. So if you have like the same thread, they're not going to fit. So make sure you get the reverse side, so when it will say in the listing, that one of them is reverse. Okay, so more towards the center now. I have here, this is a quad lock for my quad lock case. Very good. It has a vibration dampener on here. Supposedly it should help with like the cameras nowadays. It has like these, like this one has this thing where it moves the sensor around, and if you don't have a vibration dampener, it's gonna mess up your phone camera. And this is, yeah, so it works. Another tip that people would say is that close all the apps that uses the camera, like your Instagram, your native camera app, Facebook, whatever, and that should work. And what's being mounted is a RAM mount. So there's a little space here. I think this is from the first generation FZ-09, where I guess this cluster was like moved right here. So they just reused parts, but this RAM ball here, I'm not sure what the size is, but it fits perfectly right here. So it makes this a nice mounting point. I used to have a camera here. In fact, I used to have like a different not RAM mount, but different quad lock setup. But I moved it over to my BMW. But I would have like the camera set here with my 360 camera, because when I commute to work, I can't really have like a camera on my helmet. It depends on the gate guard. Some gate guards are cool with it, but some gate guards can be really, really, antsy about it. So my plan, what I was using is a Insta360 mounted here, and then when I get to the gate, I would use like a what do you call these? The reservoir socks, Charlotte Ride Ridge. Yeah, so I'd cover the camera up and it looks like it's part of the bike. But yeah, so I mean, I still can do that, but I just like having my phone mounted here and whatever. Yeah, I mean, it works. It's pretty good. Let me put this back on. All right. So next thing up is this little pouch here by Condor. Like I mentioned, I work on a military base. Did I mention that? I don't know. But I work on a military base, and when you get to the gate guard, you gotta show your ID. So I'd stick my ID in here, show the gate guard, and put it back. It's so much easier than just messing around your pockets and whatnot. And you can hold other stuff in here too. Like if I had a small battery bank, in fact I have like a small GoPro battery here, so that works out very well. Okay, so let's go here. Alright, so I have the TechSpec tank grips. To be honest, on this bike, since you're sitting upright so much, I can barely feel these. I mean, it looks cool, but even when I had them off, I really had no problem holding onto the tank. In fact, with this bike, you don't really hold onto the tank. You just sit on top of the bike. But hey, they work. They look cool. I mean, they work for the most part, I guess. No complaints. I mean, this is the most important part. You don't want to be scratching your tank. And then I have the Saddleman seat. I forgot what model it was, but what is cool is that Saddleman sent this for free to do some photos for their catalog or some kind of magazine ad. So they sent it to me for free. I took a few photos, and now it's in a catalog somewhere or on some kind of ad. I don't know where they are, but it's pretty cool. I kind of like it. It's a bit stiff, or I might have to just soften up the leather part of it. I don't know. But if I put some kind of weird leather cleaner on it, it does get slippery, and you start slipping all over the place when you accelerate. Okay, next up, the front. I have the Evotech radiator guards. This is essential. You don't want like a rock hitting your radiator and you'll be stranded somewhere. So it was pretty cheap, I guess. I guess back then it was kind of cheap. I think now things are kind of more expensive, right? But yeah, totally worth it. Get it for your bike, whatever, just get it. Okay, next up is the turn signals for the front. Oh wow, is this a crack? Oh no, I just discovered this. Oh, there's a crack. Or oh no, whatever. I mean, just as long as it's functional. But yeah, these are the OEM from Japan. As you guys all know, the older Yamahas had that ugly pumpkin looking turn signals. They must have had a big stock of those and whatever, and they put it on all their bikes. It looks so awful. So I have these for the front and rear, but yeah, it was OEM from Japan. Nice LEDs. It sharpens up the bike. I like it. Okay, next up is these OES frame sliders, and I have the bobbins and the other, like the front protector, the rear ones, all came in a pack. Like you could buy it individually, but it seemed like it was cheaper if you bought it all together. So now I have like 2 of those back there to stand up my bike, and it works. No issues with them whatsoever. I like them. And then on here and the other side I have case protectors by GB Racing. Again, super essential. If you go down, you don't want your casings to all get all messed up and whatnot. So these will help it. Very, very good quality. I like them. There was one more for this part, but I don't know. I don't want to cover this. This looks way too nice to be covered. But is there a scratch? No, it's just dust. But yeah, I mean, eventually I'll put it back on. But it just, I don't know, this looks really good. And then what else do I have on here? Oh, all right. So the license plate holder. All right. So the stock version of license plate is huge, just big like that. So this is our Japan OEM version, where it's a little bit more slimmer. Very I don't know if you would call it slimline, but it looks better. It looks better than that big bulbous one that came with stock. In fact, you know, a lot of people don't like this swing arm. I thought it was cool when I first got it, but now that I have it for a while, it makes maintenance a little bit harder, because now you don't have full access to your chain and all that stuff. I don't know, I might just keep it like this. I don't know, I mean, because I paid a lot of money for it to be imported into the US, so I'm just gonna keep it. And last but not least, the star of the show is the Akrapovic full titanium exhaust. This exhaust rocks. This is one of the reasons why I bought this bike. My buddy had the first generation MT-09, and he had like the Acura full exhaust, and he had the baffle out, and it sounded so good when I test rode it. But now I have the baffle back in because it is a little bit too loud. It's not that it's annoyingly loud, it's just there's this weird drone with this exhaust when you're cruising at freeway speeds, and it does tend to kind of put you into like a daze and whatnot. I don't know, that's probably just me, but that's what I think about this exhaust. But so far it's still loud with those you know, like that baffle in there. Yeah, it's still kind of loud. Okay, so that is my little walk around of my 2017 MT-09 or FZ-09. You know, now I'm just used to saying MT-09. But yeah, let me get back on the bike and let's go for a short ride. Normally people would say what bike they're gonna get next after, you know, a certain bike and whatnot, but I've already bought a bike. You know, I bought that S1000R. So for this bike, you know, I had this for 4 years now, and this is pretty much the longest I've ever held a bike. The shortest was 2 weeks, and the longest goes to this for 4 years, and I already bought a new bike. But I don't know, I love this bike. The engine is so good. The third generation MT-09 came out, and everything about that bike is so much better than this bike, except for the looks. That's the only thing I do not like about the third generation MT-09. Oh my god, was like the headlight. Oh, I can't get over that headlight. This bike, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it. I still love the engine. Oh, it's so smooth, this triple engine. It's one of the reasons why I kept this bike for so long, because this engine is just, it's just too good. It's very twitchy as hell, especially, oh, I didn't mention, but I do have it, do have the ECU flash for the Acura exhaust. This bike can go on for years. I have a friend, he actually had this bike, is it the first generation? Yeah, he had the first gen of this bike, and he brought it up to about 60 or 70,000 miles, and that's pretty insane, because a lot of people sell their bikes before they even hit 10,000 miles sometimes. But this bike is it's very, very popular, and there's a reason why, like, you know, these bikes sell like hotcakes. What I can say though is that, you know, like my taste started to change. I think that BMW I bought is like probably the last I'm ever gonna buy something super high performance. Now that I've ridden it, I do love the feeling of that BMW, but I love the engine of this bike. But again, I want the improvements that Yamaha did for their third version. I'm not gonna get the new MT-09, but if Yamaha decides to make an XSR version with the upgraded engine, everything like that, I think I might sell this bike and then get that one. Your taste in bikes change, and I don't know, I do like the naked / cafe racer look, so I might go for that whenever Yamaha decides to upgrade the XSR. That is it, everyone. That is my little walk around of the I was about to say XSR 900. That's how much I want the bike. But that is my walk around of the FZ-09 2017. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.